Good morning. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and we're here for an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. So, we are so busy, we don't have time to do these very much, and part of that is because we're going to a big dog agility show next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. We have to be there at 7 a.m. It's not easy. I'm starting to regret signing up for it. So we have lots of extra dog school and practicing and trying to do that while the weather was beautiful. Certainly was tiring for both of us. So today I want to talk about something, with the election, there's so much going on in the world. COVID's going up everywhere. People are having to rethink their Thanksgivings, and people who may have felt a little more liberated going to restaurants and things are starting to find out we can't do that so much. So I want to talk today about how you can do something that will make your life just a little bit better every day. And that is to change your morning and therefore be able to change your life, have an effect on your day. We know from the work of Lynn McTaggart that your thoughts really are energy and that they can change an energetic flow throughout your day if you are able to concentrate and focus on what you want and not on not liking what you have. So part of that is to start, and I work with many famous people who are really some of the front runners of New Age philosophy and changing the way we look at the world. Bernie Siegel, Linda Tellington, Dr. Upledger. So part of all of this is to be able to look at your day and start the day with gratitude. All of these people that I mentioned start and end the day with gratitude. Be grateful for what you have, no matter what that is. And around the time of Thanksgiving like this, we really have to be grateful. I mean, things can be looking really bad in the world out there if you watch the news very much, or if you struggle trying to get things done or trying to have enough money. But you have to be grateful for what you have. And, it can be something as, stressful as having free rent granted for you don't know how long to get through part of this crisis that we're all in. But I like to look at gratitude for the simple things, that you're breathing, that you're alive, that the sun came out, that, anyone listening to me has a pet or a dog or a cat or a horse or a bunny that loves them. And being able to share the world with these animals, even if you don't have an animal, just being able to share the world with the birds out your window is something that we can all be grateful for every day. And starting with that idea of being grateful, it puts you in a place of humility and compassion in a way that really shifts how your whole day is going to be. Yeah, Danny says the news is hard to watch. Yes, it is. And of course, we do need to watch it sometimes, but it's difficult, especially she's in South Dakota. North Dakota's not doing so great. And when I was working in healthcare and some other stressful fields I've been in, it's really important to take time for gratitude in the morning. I always like to fall asleep thinking of things I'm grateful for. My friend Bernie Siegel likes to do that alphabetically to make it a little more challenging, especially if you are struggling to stay focused on it. But one of the things I do in the morning, if I remember, which will take some doing, is a heart hug, a T-Touch heart hug. Remember, we were looking at the face of a clock here where we put our hands, the sixes towards the floor. You're going to push the skin here in a circle and a quarter, and that is what we call in T-Touch a heart hug. And you breathe in as you make the circle and exhale as you come back around. And so to start the day with that heart hug, being grateful for something in your life, like your pets, it just keeps you in a calm place. It helps you connect with the animals in your life doing this. I mean, one thing that all of us can be grateful for is nature. We are surrounded by nature. Nature sustains us. I love that we're now doing what they call forest bathing, which is basically sitting in the woods. Well, I just have to go out there, and I am sitting in the woods. And at this time of year, when it's been quite cold, there's hardly any bugs of any kind. There's certainly no slithery things on the ground. And I can really sit out there and just enjoy the The vibration really is what it is of the forest, that groundedness of the trees, that peacefulness of nature, that balance of life that surrounds you when you're in the forest. And so part of doing that heart hug and finding gratitude gives you the same kind of feeling of peacefulness and connectedness that you get when you're forest bathing. And you know, you don't have to be in a forest to do forest bathing. You can sit in your backyard in suburbia near a shrubbery or a tree, something that's got deep roots in the earth, or even just put your feet on some grass that is rooted in the earth, your bare feet. That can be really, really rejuvenating. And of course, if you're so fortunate to live near the sea or a lake, that can also be rejuvenating to sit by water. For me, that's always important. And I'm so fortunate to have a pretty big stream behind my house because water is really a critical part of my life. So practicing gratitude can change your morning. Instead of getting up and thinking about all you have to do and all the stressful things in the world, practicing gratitude can make a real shift. And when I was in an extremely stressful job, I literally had to take myself out of the building and spend a few minutes in nature. They had beautiful bushes around this building and lilacs and some other beautiful older kinds of trees, and just be grateful because things were going so badly so much of the time in so many ways that if I didn't take that 3 minutes it took me to go outside, I wouldn't have made it through the day. I have always had like 10 and 12-hour days as a physical therapist, and I really need those 3-minute breaks to see the sky even. And it makes such a difference to my ability to function in the rest of my day. So even now, you know, if you get up and you're grateful, then you watch the news, or you get some news, or you're reading the paper or whatever, taking another moment to find gratitude can reconnect you with the positive things in the day. And you can really shift how your day is going to be, you know, by reminding yourself that you're okay. I had a friend who used to constantly say to herself, because she was prone to anxiety and other kinds of pretty serious situations emotionally, and she would just say, I am loved, I am safe, I am protected. And then she might have added something about God protecting her, given the time of the year. So, you know, just giving yourself little affirmations like that, you know, can really help you when things are stressful. And it takes doing. It is not easy, especially now. We are being put to a test that, you know, not since the early 1900s have people been tested this much in these ways. And World War II was another time when people were super tested. And in a lot of ways, we are a lot luckier than people were then because we have a lot of control over how things are happening around us right now. We can wear masks, we can order things online, we can walk outside in nature in most places where you live, even in a city, and find some peace in the day. In World War II, people were not able to do that. So we are so lucky in so many ways that this terrible thing that's going on around us is something that we can manage in our own little sphere. So I really recommend heart hugs and gratitude, and at the end of the day, either before you go to bed or once you're in bed, taking a few minutes to do a heart hug and remember to be grateful for what happened in your day that was good, or just the fact that your day is over if it wasn't a good day, and that the sun did come out. I know for people that live in the West with the wildfires, there are literally days when you know the sun is up there, but you can't even tell the difference between morning, noon, and night because of the pollution and all the other things going on in the atmosphere. So we have to be grateful that we have the knowledge we have, that we can change things. We can change what's happening to the planet. We have a voice. We do have control over things in our lives more than we think. And just by changing our attitude, I know that there's this great line in Hamlet. He says, there's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And that is the truth. This was echoed again in Star Trek by the captain. This Next Generation Star Trek for those who are like science fiction geeks. But that idea is valid throughout everyone's life. Events are generally neutral. As terrible as they seem, it's how you perceive it, how you respond to it. That's what changes how that event is to you. I mean, people live and die, things come and go, but You constantly have the ability to put love and gratitude into the world. And if you choose to do that, your world will be a little better. Look at Mother Teresa. She had practically nothing, like things-wise. And, she changed the lives of many, many people just by being the person she was. And you don't have to go to that extent to make a positive contribution in the world. So many people are parents, and just raising your children with love and compassion is making a huge difference in the world. And we can see this with people we know that are in their 20s and 30s and how they respond to things. We have to be grateful to the parents of those kids now who are really concerned about what's happening to the planet, and concerned about what's happening in some third world countries, and concerned about world hunger and poverty and homelessness. Thank God those parents raised those children to have such a social conscience. So start and end your day with gratitude. Changing your morning can change your day, and changing your day can change your week, your month, your year, and your life. And remember to be grateful for the animals that are so nice to share their lives with us. Thanks for joining us. We'll try to be back tomorrow for another episode of Conversations with a Corgi, because things are just getting really busy after that for a couple weeks. Everybody have a great day.